Hello friends, good morning. Let me have a short introduction of myself. I am Ajay T. Joseph, hailing from Kottayam district in Kerala. With respect to my educational background, I completed my computer science and engineering graduation from Model Engineering College, Ernakulam in 2010. Then I was working as an IT professional for around 2 years in Cognizant Technologies and Solutions in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. Then I had a passion for preparing in civil services exams. So I went to Delhi, took the coaching, and I was able to write the mains in 2014 as well as in 15. Subsequently, I cleared exams like IB ACIO, which is Intelligence Bureau Assistant Central Intelligence Officer. But since my passion was on UPSC, I left it and I continued preparing. When I was not able to clear, I went into teaching profession. Since my optional was history, I was able to take an MA in history and a UGC NET also with a score of 61.33%. I have a teaching experience of around 4 years in Kerala as well as in Northeast India, especially in states like Arunachal Pradesh, where 15 of my students have cleared the state PCS and 3 of my students were from the history optional. So in general, I am a techie in background and lately had a history background through my preparation in civil services exams. So let's look into our lecture that is going to happen now. We are going to have a lecture on a small topic of Buddhism as well as Jainism. And what we are going to discuss is, we know that Buddhism and Jainism both originated in the Indian subcontinent, but we see very less Buddhists in mainland India. Yes, we see them, but mostly they are resorted to the hill states like, say for example, Ladakh or in Uttarakhand or in Arunachal Pradesh or in Sikkim. So, but we don't find Buddhists as such in mainland India. We find Buddhists like Ambedkarwadi Buddhists of Navayana in Maharashtra, but they are not the traditional Buddhists. But if you see Jainism, we find a good presence of Jains in states like Gujarat, Maharashtra and Rajasthan. So we are going to understand, or we are going to discuss why is it happening. Why the Buddhists are less in mainland India, but Jains, they are somewhat more. But Buddhism, if you look into outside India, they are more. Jains are minuscule minority. So before going into that, we will see about Buddhism and Jainism, their origin, how it originated, what was the social and economic situation of their origin, and then we are going to come back to the present day world. So let's look into Buddhism as well as Jainism. So I am going to write it here, Buddhism and Jainism. So before looking into the origin, we have to just analyze. History is about analysis. So we are going to analyze what was the social, political, economic situation of India at that time. You have to understand this is happening somewhat around 500 years before Christ. So you just understand at a time period around 500, 400 BC, or in general around 600 to 400 BC. So you have to understand this was the time of the post-Vedic period. That means this was the time when India was seeing an urbanization. That means there was a huge jump in the economy. So if you have to understand the economic jump, you have to see what was the social situation of India at that time. So this was the situation of Varna system. You have the Brahmins at the top, then there was the Kshatriyas, then there was the Vaishyas, and then there was the Shudras. So this was the social gradation of India at that time. And Brahmins being the priests, Kshatriyas being the warriors, Vaishyas being the businessmen and farmers, and Shudras were supposed to serve all the higher 3 Varnas. And if you look into the Buddhism and Jainism were a kind of a revolt against the traditional Brahminical hegemony. So Hinduism at that time was more confined to the Brahmins because all the law books, if you see, were written by the Brahmins. So Buddhism and Jainism was a revolution, especially by these 2 sects, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas, and in particular sects like the Kshatriyas, because Buddha and Mahavir both were Kshatriyas. They were Kshatriya princes. That means they were the sons of Kshatriyas, Rajas. So during this time, so this was the time when the food and fodder of Buddhism were from this Kshatriya as well as Vaishya clan, and they were against the Brahminical system of separation of castes. So they had caste system in general, but they were in a way revolting against the Brahminical hegemony. So then you see there is a difference. Now obviously, now you see why Buddhism was almost non-existent in mainland India, but Jainism, it is present. Now that is what we are going to discuss now. Now if you look into the Buddhism and Jainism, Buddhism was focused on something known as the middle path or the Madhyam Marg. That means the path of moderation. And Jainism was extreme. Jainism was extreme. So initially Buddhism had an upper hand because people found it more close to themselves and it was easy to follow. But Jainism, since they are focusing on too much on ahimsa, and if you can see now also Jain monks roaming around naked. So it was initially not that well received by the general public like Vaishyas. But what happened in the long run, if you see what happened in the long run, is like Buddhism also had the same problems that Hinduism actually faced initially. Because when it comes to sects like Mahayana Buddhism, Buddhism became more in close with the traditional Hinduism. They began to worship Buddha like a god. Initially Buddha did not say anything about God, he was an agnostic. But lately began to worship Buddha as a god. So Buddhism in India faced the same problem as Hinduism. And what happened is like in general, Hinduism in India literally engulfed the Buddhism. Although outside India it was prominent. But Jainism, it kept its separate identity. It kept its separate identity from Hinduism in many respects. So what happened is like, although it was less in number, it still kept its separate identity and it remained. And it still remains in state like Gujarat, and you have the Dilwara temples in Mount Abu, and also in subsequent places in northern Maharashtra, Jainism is still prevalent. So that is the main difference why you can say Jainism kept its separate identity and it existed. And Buddhism, and if you can see Buddha, he was made into the Hindu pantheon being the avatar of Vishnu. So that is about Buddhism and Jainism. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you.